Hi, I'm Ztarli, and in this video I'll be drawing an Anubis dragon, which was a suggestion on my live stream. For those of you who don't know, I run a once a month live stream, usually on a Sunday or Monday depending on where you are. It usually goes for a couple of hours and people can come online and ask questions and make suggestions. In this particular live stream, I had a suggestion and I kind of just did the one suggestion and did as much as I could during the 2 hours. And the suggestion was from Ztarli, and you can watch the normal speed live stream on my channel. If you just go to the live stream part of my channel, you'll see the 2-hour stream there if you'd like to see the first half of this picture at a standard speed. So this picture took me around 4.5 hours to do in total. 2 of the hours obviously are in the live stream, and I do have a chat about some other things on there as well as answering some questions if you want to check it out. The other couple of hours I spent offline doing it, so there's no standard speed recording of it. It's just me deciding to finish the picture up because I was really enjoying it. I really enjoy my live streams. I get these suggestions that I wouldn't normally have thought of, and I've come up with some pretty interesting pictures from it, so I really enjoyed doing them, and I do plan to continue to do them once a month when I have time. So if you're into like making suggestions and asking questions during a live stream, then feel free to join me there. Most of the painting on this picture is done with my favourite brush, the bamboo brush, as well as using the felt marker to smudge in the colours around and make things a bit smoother, with the exception of the shadow layer and the highlight layer, which I used a round brush and a soft round brush for to begin with, and then once everything's merged together, I start mixing the colours in with the bamboo brush again. Near the end of the video, I'm doing the background. There are a couple of different brushes I use. I actually didn't use any custom brushes this time, so all the brushes used in this video are the standard ones that come with Artflow. So you should, if you wanted to try recreate this at all, it should be, you should just be able to use the brushes that already exist in the program. I was very happy with how this picture came out. The anatomy came pretty easy to me this time. I didn't really struggle with any parts of the picture, which is usually quite rare for me. I do feel like I have improved quite a bit in the last 6 months. Part of that is being forced to have to draw entire dragons instead of just wussing out and cutting off the bits I don't want to draw. I've had to do some of that in the comics I've been doing for Day Dragons, plus the commissions I've been doing as well, so it's been really good for me to have to continuously draw these parts that I usually would just be lazy and not bother drawing, and I do feel like a lot of it has helped me improve and make better looking dragons. So I was really pleased whilst I was drawing this picture. It didn't take a huge amount of time, like 4 hours is still a long time, but I was super pleased with how it looked in the end, so I'm quite happy with the progress I've made in this last 6 months. I also had a fair bit of fun doing this headdress that I'm doing at the moment. I haven't had a chance to do material much lately, and this was kind of like a bit of fun to do and to just try and remember how to do folds and that kind of stuff, and I was also very pleased with how the folds came out. And if any of you have watched any of my other videos, you'll all know that I love coloring gold, so the gold cuffs and like collar and stuff were super fun as well. I actually was very pleased with how the collar came out. I struggled with the tail cuffs near the end there. I tried to do a couple of things, and then in the end I just painted over them exactly the same I did on the collar, but it still turned out well, so yeah. Well, I don't really have much else to say about this picture, so I'll probably just be quiet for most of the remainder of it now. I might chime in again near the end when I start doing the background and color adjustments. But if you're interested to know at what point this stops being the live stream, the little icon of my character Ztarli down the left corner is my live stream icon. So when that disappears, that means I was no longer live stream and the rest of the video is done offline and you won't have access to a standard speed of it. But I hope you enjoy watching this sped up to 4.5 hour paint of an Anubis dragon. It was super duper fun, and I hope to have time to do many more of these. So I just made my character look a bit more three-dimensional by adding some of the background sandy color to the parts of the dragon that are further away, just to sort of make it appear like there's a bit more distance between those parts and the viewer. The next part is to finish up this very lazy background. So in a moment I'm going to grab a sort of sandy looking brush, which is the spray brush, and then I add some shadow underneath the dragon and some light around it as well, just to give the eye the impression that it's standing on a sandy dune. I also then grab the confetti brush to add some bigger pieces of sand to give it a more sandy appearance to the background. I've become a bit of a fan of adding gradients to my pictures, so I add one to this one, and then I decide to erase away where the shadow would be cast, as if there's a bit of haze in the air, and you can see the shadow being cast across that. I actually really like how this came out and looked. I do attempt to do the same thing near the back end of the dragon, but I think it looks a bit weird in the end, so I just do away with the shadow and leave a bit of light shining through there with the tail fading into the background. Add some final touches of a bit of red light casting onto the sand, and then I decide that I'd also like to see what this looks like with different tones and different colors. So in a moment I'll be playing with both the color balance and the hue saturation adjustment tools, just to see what else I can make with this picture. I actually super like how both of them come out. I like this really sort of pastel-y look to it, as well as the very saturated deserty one. So I end up keeping both of them. I do make a version where I erase away to have the gold shine through in the less saturated one, so the gold pops out a bit more. But yeah, I really like both of these. So here they are. First the deserty looking one, and then the more subdued one without the brighter gold. Well, thanks everybody for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more, and I also have a Patreon if you'd like to support me. Thanks again, and I'll see you all next time. Bye!